Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and I think I've discovered that I have a new favorite pistol. Sort of. So, for the last year or so, my favorite pistol has been hands down my Ruger P89. This has just been an awesome, reliable pistol. It's got stainless steel slide, stainless steel controls, and it's just been 100% reliable. I have carried this both while I was hunting and I've carried it concealed. I'm going to do a video on how I carry full-size pistols concealed. But, this has just been my favorite pistol. It's been my go-to pistol for probably about a year now. I can't remember exactly when I bought this pistol, but it's just been a really good pistol. The one big downside to this pistol, as you've probably seen if you've watched my shooting video with this pistol, is the fact that it shoots, I can't remember if it shoots really far to the left or really far to the right, but it does shoot, it tends to favor one side a lot more. So, if you're aiming directly at your bullseye, your bullet will go like 6 inches to the left or 6 inches to the right. And this pistol is unloaded. So that was the big downside to this pistol, and I would just, I would just compensate for that. But I went out shooting a couple weeks ago, and I've discovered that a better pistol is my Ruger P89 with the Cerakoted finish. Now, I assume that this was once a blued finished gun because all the controls are blued, but it does have a Cerakoted or some sort of other painted on finish slide and frame. Now, this pistol is loaded, so I'm not going to pull the trigger on it or anything. But I took this out to the farm just because I wanted to shoot it for the first time. And I carried it while I was cutting the grass and, just around the farm, just in case I saw a snake or something. And then I went out and shot it, and the results, they were pretty good. They were much better than this pistol. So I'll show you those right now. So as you can see, the groups I have on here are pretty decent. There's 30 rounds on here, so 2 magazines shot back to back. And all 30 rounds did hit the paper. This is about a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and all 30 rounds hit the paper, so that's good. That would definitely stop a human being in its tracks. But most of the rounds actually hit in this area here. You got a few flyers down here, but most of them hit within the green here. And did get one bullseye. Of course, this is where I was aiming. And this was at about 5 yards. I mean, I didn't measure how far I was. I just kind of backed a certain distance away from the target. And I was like, all right, this seems good. I was also shooting this way just because I was trying to keep the brass flying to where I could find it easily, and that required me to like stand off to really far to the left side and then kind of aim this way. So that might be a little bit of a factor in why some of the shots or most of the shots are right over here. But I am pretty impressed with the groups. Again, I'm not a super expert pistol shooter by any means, so with practice I could probably get these groups to be quite a bit tighter and maybe all in the black at the same distance. But for right now, for the first 30 shots through the pistol, I am pretty impressed. And again, this accuracy right here, a lot better than my other P89, so I definitely think I have a winner here. So as you can see, the accuracy on this pistol is a hell of a lot better than the accuracy on the other pistol. Again, that's just 2 magazines worth at about 5 yards, and of course, when I take it out shooting again, I'll try, maybe different ammunition and maybe further back and, just try a bunch of different things. But for the first 30 rounds, it was pretty good. And if I didn't mention before, the ammunition that I was using was, I think, 115 grain Federal Champion, just your standard full metal jacket, nothing special. But I mean, it wasn't like premium ammunition, and it wasn't like really junk ammunition like Tula either. So it was kind of, I guess you would say, middle of the road ammunition. But it did have some pretty good accuracy, and I was very, very pleased. So I think this is my new favorite pistol. And in the wintertime, I'll probably carry it just like I carried this one. Again, I'll do a video on how I carry full-size pistols. But yeah, this is just an all-around good gun. I did have one, we'll call it a hiccup. I'm not sure if it would have actually been a malfunction, so let me just unload this real fast. So as you can see here, I guess it's because of the finish that's on this gun. It seems to be a fairly new finish. It kind of causes the slide to hang up if you don't like really rack it real fast like that. So when you're shooting, it's not really a problem. But for the first 4 or 5 rounds, I guess, you know, what I did was I would shoot 2 rounds, and then I would turn and look to see where my brass was hitting, and then I would drop the hammer, and I would do a couple more rounds, you know, bang, bang, check, make sure I knew where my brass was, and then I would continue shooting. The second time I did that, and I pulled the hammer, the safety down, the hammer didn't drop. Now, what happened was you had, you know, it didn't look like this fully, but what happened was it was like just a fraction of a millimeter not into battery, and it caused the hammer not to drop. Because you see, when you hit it forward like that, it'll drop. Now, would that have caused it to actually malfunction where I couldn't pull the trigger and the gun would go off? I don't know, because I didn't pull the trigger, I dropped the safety, and every time I pulled the trigger on the gun, it went off. So whether there's like just a fraction of a millimeter where the slide's not fully forward and you can pull the trigger but not work the safety, I don't know. I just don't know. But every time I pulled the trigger, it went off. So, you know, take that for what it is. I do imagine that over, you know, a couple 100 rounds that it will break in and it won't have that problem anymore, because again, I think it's because of the finish on the gun. It just kind of causes a little resistance, and it, you know, just doesn't go fully into battery if you pull the slide and drop it slowly versus, you know, really fast like that. So I don't know. This gun does not have that problem. This is an awesome gun, like I said. That's an awesome gun. They're just both awesome guns. You know, I really don't know what else there is to say. So anyway, that's all for that video. I think I have a new favorite pistol, but it is the same model of pistol. So yeah. So anyway, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm RedneckMini14, and until next time, be safe.